You haven't been forgetting to take your medicine, have you? I'm catching a little murmur. You should take it easy for a few days. Nurse's words hurt me far more than the exhaustion of the morning run ever could. Take it easy for a few days? I know I should have kept quiet. Keep my eyes on the floor, feeling like a complete idiot. Of course, I haven't been remembering to take my medicine. I was rushing out of my room to get to the track before Emmy. After the track meets a few days ago, I felt inspired. So I've been running warm-up laps in the morning before Emmy shows up. But then today, while she and I were running, I felt a little pain in my chest. It was only slight, and it was only for a second, so I mentioned it to the nurse. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I kept running and finished just fine, so really, it couldn't have been that bad. Why do I feel like I'm making excuses to the nurse? However, why do I feel a need to justify continuing to run despite the pain? Really, it comes down to me being unwilling to concern Emmy, who seems concerned anyway. I'm not sure how she was able to tell there was anything wrong, but she claims I stumbled a little. She's the one who insisted to tell the nurse, so now I feel bad for worrying her at all. The nurse is shaking his head ruefully while Emmy paces outside the room. Hisao, I know it's difficult for you to get into a new routine, but if you don't want to find yourself in a lot of trouble, you're going to have to try harder. You can't afford to forget your pills, and you can't push yourself too hard. But if I don't push myself, how will I improve? I don't know where that came from. The nurse seems to have an idea. Now where have I heard that before? He laughs and pats me on the shoulder, probably Emmy. Huh, she's rubbing off on you, I guess. His expression changes again, and he's back in serious mode. Look, I'm not saying you shouldn't push yourself, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be taking your medication, and it doesn't mean you shouldn't stop if your chest starts to bother you. I prefer not to have any fatalities while I'm on staff here. A bit of a lofty goal, to be sure, but I'm always up for a challenge. I hate to admit it, but I think he's right. I've got to remember to take my medication. You're right. I'm sorry to worry you. Who's worried? You're a smart kid, right? I know you can be responsible as hell. A situation like this, you got to learn to be responsible fast. I know. His expression suddenly becomes devious. I suppose you're starting to enjoy your runs with Emmy then, eh? Yeah, they've really been helping me. I mean, until today I was feeling a lot more healthy. Plus, it's really impressive to see Emmy run. Did you see her at the track meet? She was incredible. The nurse nods, grins all the while. That she was, Hisao. Watched her first couple of races before I had some business to take care of, but she told me all about it. Kind of you to loan her your jacket, by the way. Huh? Oh yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal. I had honestly forgotten all about that. I still haven't gotten it back. The nurse gives a smile that makes me feel like he just made a joke. Not to you, but Emmy certainly appreciated it. Yeah, I know she appreciates her running with her in the mornings. This one catches me off guard a little. Sure, she mentioned that it's easier to keep it to a schedule with an extra person. But I didn't think that was disgusting. I didn't think that I was doing her a favor at all. I thought she was doing me the favor of helping me follow the doctor's orders. She tries harder when you're around. If there's someone else running with her, she's going to push herself more. And she tries even harder when you are around because, well, it's you. What the heck does that mean? Oh ho, you'd love to know, wouldn't you? He laughs in a style of evil megalomaniacs. No, seriously, it's because you're her friend. If Rin ran with her, I'm sure she'd do the same. Well, probably. That's not the point. The point is you're helping her, even if you don't know you are. And she's grateful for that, even if she never says it. What do you mean, even if she never says it? Emmy doesn't talk a lot, but she and I have known each other long enough that I can read her most of the time. I'll admit it, I have no idea what he's talking about. Emmy always seems pretty talkative to me. I see. The nurse suddenly realized that he's been rambling and stopped talking, looking a little embarrassed. Anyway, you don't have to stop your morning exercise. Just walk the track instead of running for a few days. Let things calm down. And take your damn medicine. I laugh as I exit the office, bumping straight into Emmy. Whoops, sorry about that.
Are you okay? What did the nurse say? Do you need to go to the hospital? Oh my gosh, it was my fault, wasn't it? I've been pushing you too hard, haven't I? I'm a horrible person.
The words pour forth like a torrent. She's really agitated. I didn't expect her to be this concerned about me, to be honest. Gotta calm her down, but how the hell do I do that? I do the only thing I can think of. I give her a hug. Aww. And no, I did not lose my man card for saying that. Don't judge me. I can say aw if I want to. I'm a dude. I'm allowed. And he tenses up slightly, so I pat her head in what I hope is a reassuring manner. Hey, settle down. I'm fine, okay? No worries. I can feel Emmy's body relax as I continue to assure her I'm fine. Her arms wrap around me, as if she's trying to confirm that I'm not about to fall over dead. I catch a whiff of her hair. It smells sweet, and how adrenaline would smell. It's a scent of activity. And a hint of strawberries, from her shampoo, I suspect. I just need to remember to take my medicine, that's all. Don't worry about it, it's not your fault.
You're sure?
Her voice is muffled, also because of the moment her face is pressed into my chest. Yeah, I'm sure. I just need to take it a little easy for the next few days. It suddenly occurs to me how close the two of us are. It also occurs to me how nice being this close feels. I can feel Emmy's heartbeat calming down. I have to resist the urge to rest my chin on the top of her head.
Thank goodness. You really had me worried there, Sal.
Emmy, you going to come in here anytime soon? Oh, I'm sorry, was I interrupting? The two of us spring apart as if the other just caught on fire. Emmy brushes her hair back nervously and laughs.
Of course not. Harder. I'll see you later, okay? Oh, and Sal? Take your damn medicine.
Why is everyone saying damn in this game? That last phrase is punctuated by a punch to the shoulder. Yeah, I'll remember. See you later. Nurse smiles again like he's in on some joke I don't know about and waves to me as I head to my room, feeling a burning in my chest. I need a shower. A cold one, if the thoughts running through my head now are any indication. She was really soft. My pillows are waiting for me when I make it to my room. I swallow them without a second thought. I don't know why I didn't think of waiting until after the running to take them. For some reason I figured it was when I woke up or not at all. But no, they only need to be taken every 24 hours. The exact time of day doesn't factor into it. My thoughts drifted back to the hug in the hallway. It's weird. You'd expect someone to smell foul after a run, but for some reason Esme smells right. A tinge of sweat just seemed to fit her. I really need that shower. What's with all this loading screens? It's only been like 5 minutes since the last one. Strange that it feels so natural for me to go up to the roof these days. I never would have done such a thing at my old school. In those days, I liked to eat alone. No, that's not quite true. Though I like to sit alone, I also like to watch people. Stalker! I always figured that was the sort of person I was. But it appears I was wrong. And again, I also thought I was the sort of person who had a normal heart. So, there you have it. I don't know myself that well. Now I'm on the roof so that I can have lunch with a couple of people. And they are both girls, which is even stranger. Oddly enough, I feel closer to Emmy and Rin than I felt to anyone at my old school. Oh yeah, I figured it out. Yeah, I am on the Emmy route. Huzzah! Maybe I'll do this over again and do it for the other girls, and that will take a while. And motivation, which probably I don't have. So I get the feeling that they'd at least visit me if I wound up in the hospital. Also, I've been not sick per se, but as I'm sniffing a lot. Sorry. I focus on the view from the roof, banishing such thoughts from my head. There's a light breeze blowing and the sun is shining high in the sky. The sky itself is a deep blue, with hardly a cloud in it. It's gotten pleasantly warm, and as I sit down to wait for my friends, I close my eyes and enjoy the feeling of the sun seeping into my skin. Voices intrude upon the edge of hearing.
Seems you have fallen asleep on us, Ren.
Maybe it's fake, to loss with a false sense of security.
Why would he do that?
No idea.
So, you make a good point. We should kick him or something to make sure he's really asleep.
Huh? What? Emmy looms over me like only a short girl can, peering at me intently.
Oh, you're weak. I guess we don't have to kick you then.
Was it part of your master plan? What are you talking about? Emmy shrugs, her twin tails bouncing with the motion.
I'm not sure either. You must be pretty tired to fall asleep out here. Though it's pretty comfortable, I guess.
Oh. Emmy flops down next to me and begins to eat. Rin sits opposite from the two of us, a move which only makes me more aware of the girl sitting next to me. If I didn't know any better, I swear Rin did it on purpose. I concentrate on my food, trying to tune out the majority of the conversation that Rin and Emmy are having. Despite my best efforts, however, I still find myself glancing over at Emmy whenever she speaks. And as she purses her lips when she's thinking about something, squinting slightly as if that would improve her thinking ability. Rin says something that makes Emmy laugh, I notice, perhaps for the first time, how she laughs with her whole body rocking back and forth, head thrown back almost like she's about to fall over. I probably look like a creep. It's about this time that I realize Emmy's looking at me, her voice raised slightly, so she's probably just about to ask me a question. Sorry, I kinda zoned out for a moment there. Emmy rolls her eyes, while a slight quirk of the eyebrow is the only sign that Rin's even paying attention.
I said, did you get a career survey in your class today?
2?
You know, one of those, what do you want to do after high school things?
I don't think so. Maybe we'll get one tomorrow.
What are you going to put down?
That's a really good question. I guess I always figured I'd go to college after high school, but I have no idea what I'd do once I got there. With the heart attack and all, I've really been concentrating on each day as it came rather than making long-term plans. I suppose I can safely start planning ahead again. I've always liked having at least a vague plan for my future, so it'll be nice to come up with one again. Of course, that doesn't change the fact that really now I've got absolutely no clue. I always kind of assumed that I figured it out in college. That or just become a salary man. That's pretty popular. But do I really want to? That's a tough question. I guess I don't really want to do anything. Oh snap, so that's why it's been 5 minutes.
You don't sound very excited about that one, do you?
She laughs as she says this, and I'm caught up in her laugh again. It's so girlish, high and giggly, like well, pardon the cliche, like a babbling brook. It bubbles out of her, starting in her belly and works its way up through her throat. I can't help but laugh myself. It's infectious. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty unhappy with the salary man idea. But to be honest, I haven't given much thought to the future recently. I suppose that these days I've been more concerned about living one day at a time. Emi considers this for a moment and grins. That's a pretty
good idea, Hisao.
I really like the grumbliest voice.
I just wrote down pirate.
I'm momentarily stunned, then I start laughing. I stop myself and manage to answer that question. You're not actually serious, are you? Emi looks like offended.
Well, I've got the legs for it already, so I just kind of figured.
Even Rin seems amused by this.
Just you wait, I'll be the terror of the high seas. I'll show you all. I've even been working on my pirate voice.
She suddenly springs up and begins swaggering up and down the rooftop shouting orders.
Yar, me hearties. Give me a broadside on the long guns. We'll wear their kits for garters.
Do you even know what that means? Rin unexpectedly interrupts and stops Emi in their tracks.
Not really. It's on the delivery.
Ringing a bell prevents her from demonstrating her point further. Emi dashes off immediately, leaving Rin and myself alone on the roof. Rin stares at me intently for a few moments. Is there something wrong? Rin considers this question closely for a moment. After a lengthy pause, she shakes her head. Nope. Oh, why the staring then? Rin shakes her head again. Nope. I don't get it. What? The staring thing. You just seem to, but I don't. Great. She saw me staring. Now she probably thinks I'm a pervert or something. Actually, probably not. This is Rin we're talking about after all. Still, I feel the need to defend myself. I wasn't staring. I was just tired. Rin actually snorts at this, but she doesn't say anything. No, really, I was just distracted is all. Eager to end this conversation, I head back down to class. Oh, look at these two are finally here. Haven't seen you for a while, and I'm glad I haven't. I'm greeted by the twin specters of Shizune and Misha, looking like they mean business. Well, Shizune looks like she means business anyway. Misha just looks like she's about to start laughing at any moment. What place did I give her again? I forget.
Up on the roof again, Achan? Cha-cha-chan. You know it's dangerous, don't you? That's right! The school cannot be held responsible for any injury that comes from being up there, you know. Furthermore, we could report you for breaking the rules.
Misha leans in and whispers conspiratorially.
But we won't, Ichan. You three are too cute together.
She straightens up again, laughing at my sudden blush.
You're too easy to tease, Ichan.
Hey, come on. I'm still new here, sort of. Isn't it me to pick on the newcomer like this?
Nope.
That AVI.
It's to help you get acclaimed to your new surroundings.
Ah, I see. Well, do you have to be so overzealous about it?
Yep. Ah, that is Ichan. We were looking for you this morning, but you weren't in your room.
Of course I wasn't. I was out for my morning exercise, and here in class bright and early. Unlike you. She looks peeved, and a beat later, so does Misha, or she tries to, at any rate.
That was because of school's council business. You should be grateful that we worked so hard for you.
Oh, I am. So what do you need me for? Not another attempt to rope me in to do their dirty work, I hope.
We have to give you something, but since you weren't around, we dropped it off in your room.
Something? Like what?
Oh, you'll find out when you get back, Ichan.
Pow enters the room. Entering the room ends our conversation, and we all head to our seats. wrong button. It's only after I've settled down at my desk and the teacher starts talking about something or other that something odd strikes me. What Rin means, you two seem too. Was Emmy staring at something too? For a brief moment I considered the possibility that Emmy was staring at me the way I was staring at her. Of course that's ridiculous. Still, I can't deny that I wouldn't mind if it were true. But it's best not to think of that. No need to get my hopes up. Come to think of it, when did I start having hopes all like that anyway? I shake my head in an attempt to clear it and focus on the lesson.